Lymphocytes circulate between blood and lymph. Small B and T lymphocytes that have matured in the bone marrow and thymus but have not yet encountered antigen are referred to as naive lymphocytes. These cells circulate continually from the blood into the peripheral lymphoid tissues, which they enter by squeezing between the cells of the capillary walls. They are then returned to the blood via the lymphatic vessels, or, in the case of the spleen, returned directly to the blood. In the event of an infection, lymphocytes that recognize the infectious agent are arrested in the lymphoid tissue, where they proliferate and differentiate into effector cells capable of combating the infection. When an infection occurs in the periphery, for example, large amounts of antigen are taken up by the dendritic cells, which then travel from the site of the infection through the afferent lymphatic vessels into the draining lymph nodes. In the lymph nodes, these cells display the antigen to recirculating T lymphocytes, which they also help to activate. B cells that encounter antigen as they migrate through the lymph nodes are also arrested and activated, with the help of some of the activated T cells. Once the antigen-specific lymphocytes have undergone a period of proliferation and differentiation, they leave the lymph nodes as effector cells through the efferent lymphatic vessel. Because they are involved in initiating adaptive immune responses, the peripheral lymphoid tissues are not static structures, but vary quite dramatically depending upon whether or not infection is present. The diffuse mucosal lymphoid tissues may appear in response to infection and then disappear, whereas the architecture of the organized tissues changes in a more defined way during an infection. For example, the B cell follicles of the lymph nodes expand as B lymphocytes proliferate to form germinal centers, and the entire lymph node enlarges, a phenomenon familiar known as swollen glands. And that's lymphocytes circulate between blood and lymph. Have a great day.